Hey, everybody. I hope you're having an excellent Monday morning. Yes, the weather is looking a little doom and gloomy. Rain is actually on its way. I don't know how much. It right now is saying we're going to get a light rain between now and 12 o'clock, but it is in the set. It's like 78 degrees right now. But with that said, again, we have our very own lovely correspondent from the Tennessee Mental Health Consumers Association.
Yes.
What a mouthful, but I remembered it this morning. But we have Jenny with us. And of course, if no one was not aware of this, it is the month is over drug overdose awareness month, which is very common, not just in the state of Tennessee, but in the whole United States. And earlier you said you had some statistics. We'll just grab this right here because I'm always good about. I like when people bring me homework. It's great stuff. But overall, is this like world or just United States
The
numbers?
United States
So
numbers.
in the United States numbers, there's 76,226 deaths total
Yes,
for the year
for fentanyl for the year of 2022.
2022.
Statistics are always a little bit behind.
But with that said, and with that, it said it had at that. There we go. Okay. So with that said, in the whole United States, when it comes to fentanyl with the drug use, 76,226 deaths, which means 150 deaths per day, one in every 5 minutes. Or 1 out of 5 every 5 minutes. And just in the state of Tennessee alone, Jenny brought this in 2022, 3,826 deaths were there, and it's ever so growing. Last year was 3,814. The year before that was 3,032. So as you can see, it slowly keeps getting more and more. And there's no telling what the numbers are now. I would hope they would be low, but we just don't know. And with that said, there's going to be 2 stories Jenny is going to share with us. Let's first off share the story since we've talked about the number of deaths of drug overdose. You have, is this your nephew?
Yes.
This is your nephew. You can show his picture. This is Jason Shane Armstrong Jr. There you go. We can just put Jason right here. Let's go.
Thank you.
And you're welcome. See, we'll just do it like that, and I'll fix it up. And with that said, so tell us his story first and foremost.
So Shane is my nephew, and Shane was such a funny kid. He loved his family so much.
Yeah.
He always was calling, "Aunt Nene, what are you cooking for dinner? When are we having dinner?" But Shane was also a person who lived with substance use disorder.
Okay.
And on May 6th, 2024, Shane lost his life to fentanyl and methamphetamine poisoning. We say poisoning because overdoses are kind of preventable, but with fentanyl, you never know.
Right.
So you're kind of rolling dice every time that you're choosing to use. You don't know if it's in the meth or if it's in the heroin or what it's in. There is, it's just so devastating. My sister went through the process of finding Shane. It has just really racked our family. But we want Shane to be remembered not for the reason that he passed, but for the person that he was. Yeah, because he loved his family. There was nothing like that, and he gave the best hugs. But to get that message out there,
that that fentanyl is a very dangerous drug, and if used incorrectly, because I mean, I'm not a medical doctor, but I know that sometimes when people have procedures and really aggressive surgeries, certain drugs are being distributed. And, and that helps with pain or whatever the case may be. But, and that's in certain different dosage. But if you are doing it yourself and you're doing it wrong, you can get poisoned, like you use the word, because you just might add too much or, whatever the case may be, unfortunately.
Yes.
And I understand that. And and addictions come in different forms. It's not just drugs either. But with this month being that, there is a benefit for Shane
Yes.
coming up, and that's going to be in September the 21st, located at 445 College Street in Spencer, Tennessee, from 12 to 9 p.m. Plates are going to be served until 4. The cost is $10, or a donation can be made. The menu will consist of either hamburgers and hot dogs, a bag of chips, desserts, and a drink. Cakewalk will be from 2 to 4. Auction will start at 4 and enjoy, and then it will end, at 9 o'clock. All proceeds will go to the family of Shane to cover the funeral expenses. And it's just like you said, because I've heard a lot of stories, whether it's fentanyl use or just any, disruptions in the mental health in general. And one thing that, you can tell your young kids, if it does happen to your young adults or adults, is the fact of the matter is, think about what happens if you take another of this or you do something like that. And so, do you want your mom to walk in on you? Do you want your kids to walk in on you? You got to think of how to make it very relatable so they know the consequences. Because at the end of the day, you, me, Jeannie, all of us, we make our final decisions every time. And so we just don't want, you need to prevent it. You need to stop it. And in this photo, Shane looks like a really sweet, nice guy, like fun loving guy. I would not have guessed that he had, drug problems.
Yeah. Shane was 29 years old. And like I said, you can tell that beautiful smile. He was just happy go lucky.
He doesn't look upset.
Yeah. He was a good kid. He just made a moment of a bad decision led to something that can't be undone. And with drug use, that's kind of what it is. You're one choice from not being here. And I think that by talking about it and by keep saying their names and by keep talking about it, we break the stigma that comes with being a person who lives with substance use disorder.
I agree.
Or we break the stigma of having conversations with our community leaders about what this is and what the problem is. I encourage anyone to carry Narcan or fentanyl tested strips. You can get those from your local
pharmacist?
No, well, you can get them there, but we can get them from the regional prevention specialists. They're called ropes.
Okay.
Ours for Warren County is Justin Cantrell. And so he'll come do like a small training. It's free. And then he'll give you Narcan and fentanyl strips. Fentanyl testing strips. So there is resources out there. It's just finding the right person to get
it going.
To get you to those processes.
And the other reason you're here is because you are alive and well today because you follow these steps that has made you push through. You had an overdose problem or a drug problem.
Yes. So when I was 16, I went to my junior prom. Normal-ish kid, 2 weeks later, I had dropped out of school. By the time I was 18, I had already been to 2 drug rehabs and 2 mental institutions. It would take me until I was 32 years old to walk in sobriety. I found my sobriety first, and then I found recovery because they don't always come together. You can get sober, but still be having a lot of those same behaviors, same thought patterns. Once I went into recovery, I really started working on the things that was causing me to want to use. So I am a person who lives with a lot of childhood trauma. I also have generalized anxiety disorder, and I live with PTSD from some things. So I used to make the voices in my head kind of be quiet, and then my drug of choice meth. So it spiraled out of control. I lost my children. They went into DCS custody. So there was a process to get them back. Of course, they ended up in jail. It was the process of probation and paying fines, But the biggest thing I had to learn was just how to interact with other people in society,
Yeah.
because I didn't have those good constructs of what a family was supposed to be, or
Yeah.
how you talk to people,
Yeah.
or even how to get up and go to work.
Yeah. I call it social awkwardness. You just don't
Yes.
know how to coexist in different environments.
Yes.
I get it.
So, one of the first things I did, I found employment. I went to work at a place called Potts Processing, and at that time, they only did deer, but now they've expanded. They do beef and all kinds of
Right.
stuff. But the owners there, Chad and Pepper Grubbs, for whatever reason, they just let me work, and they started, talking to me about how to live differently.
Yeah.
And I had probably been asked the question before, but for some reason, when Chad asked it, it was like a big light bulb.
Yeah.
He said, "You keep trying the same things over and over and over, and you're getting the same results. What's
Mhm.
stopping you from trying something different?" And that was just kind of my big, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
That big moment. Yeah, it just kind of clicked. So by working for them, I learned that I needed to go to bed at a certain time to be able to get up at a certain
Yeah.
time. I started learning what to do with money, because that's a big thing.
Mhm.
When you're out there in the streets, you don't have a lot bill. Well, you may have a lot bill and water bill, but it's not a priority.
Right.
So I started learning how to budget. They started telling me that I could be more, and pouring all these good things in. So as they're putting in, some of the bad stuff is coming out.
That's right.
I enrolled at Montlow, and then I had my mom passed away in 2011. So I had to move from where I was living back to my hometown in Spencer, Tennessee. I had one lapse in 19 years. I've had one lapse, and that was the lapse, because you go back to the things that are comfortable
Yeah.
when you're in distress.
Yeah.
But it didn't take but maybe 2 months to
Get back where you need to be.
get back where I needed to be. I did finish my degree at Montlow. I got an associate's degree in psychology. I found a job at the Cagle Mountain Trading Post.
Mhm.
Jimmy Patel decided to make me manager.
Aw.
Me telling him I couldn't do that, him telling me I could,
Yeah.
and I did for a little over 10 years. I
Yeah.
managed the restaurant. During my time out there, I decided that I needed to find a different kind of job, because I'm getting older, and restaurant work's kind of hard on your feet and
Mhm.
stuff. So I applied to UTC, got accepted, graduated with a bachelor's degree.
Look at you.
Yeah. So, I had to set very specific goals for
Mhm.
myself, because coming from childhood where everything is chaos, where you don't know if you're eating tonight,
Mhm.
or even if you're going to have a place to lay your head down,
Right.
and trying to be an adult and navigate things that you don't really understand how
Yeah.
to navigate. And then you throw in drugs into that mix. It was just kind of a hot mess.
I understand. But with that learning through like how you used to be and how you are now, having that consistency, having a job,
Mhm.
does that give you some type of, I guess, a purpose to wake up every morning and know like, oh, I'm gonna be at work at 8 a.m. So I need to go to bed by this time. I mean, is that how, like, break down the process of knowing like what I guess your therapy, this is your therapy.
Yeah.
Or a life change. I want to call it a life
Life
change.
change.
It's no different than when somebody wants to lose weight and they eat better. It's a life
Yes,
change.
It is a life change. So one of the first things that I had to do is I had to change my playthings. I had to
Yeah.
change my people.
Yeah.
There is people I love. There is still an addiction that I can't hang out with.
Yeah.
Another thing I had to do is I do something called a RAP plan. It's wellness. It's the Wellness Recovery Action Plan. So it shows me when I'm not feeling good, when I'm having a bad day,
Yeah.
what are the things that I can do instead of using.
Okay.
So, and it's simple things. It may be take a walk, pet my animals,
Yeah.
cook a meal for my family.
Mhm.
There's also steps in there. What happens if it moves beyond just a bad day? What happens if you start getting kind of really not
Yeah.
well? Things are really breaking down. What are the things you can do then?
Yeah.
And then if I go into a crisis, there's a plan for that.
Yeah.
I learned that I definitely need good supporters in my life,
Mhm.
people who are going to hold me accountable a little
Yeah.
bit, because sometimes I'm the problem,
Yeah.
you know. I'm the toxic person. So I do have those kinds of supporters that I rely on
Yeah.
daily. And then finding my purpose. I do believe that the work that I do at TMHCA
Yes.
is my purpose, because it's showing people, there is another way.
It can be done.
It can be done. But the biggest thing is offering hope to people who don't see hope,
Yeah.
and that's where it starts. You have to
Yeah.
plant those little seeds of hope.
And would you also agree to this, like, and you kind of did say it already, is under like the first thing to really do is to take responsibility that it is not your mom's fault. It is not your dad's fault. It's not anybody's fault, only your
Only
own.
mine.
I mean, because I think that's the biggest problem, whether it's an angerman issue or just whatever demons you are dealing with,
Mhm.
that the big problem at the end of the day is yourself. So you have to own it. You have to,
Yes.
because you're living with it. So, and you have a choice to wake up every morning to either I'm going to be that bully today, or I'm going to take that drug today, or like, again, but taking that ownership and taking responsibility. How hard was that? Because I feel like that would probably be the biggest hurdle.
It was hard, and it's still hard sometimes to say I'm wrong.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, I hate to
Um,
be wrong.
But learning to make amends in any 12-step program, that is something that they do teach you, that at some point you have to make amends.
Yeah.
Not only ask for people to tell you that they're sorry,
Mhm.
but you need to go back and tell people that you hurt that you're sorry.
Yeah.
I hurt my family.
Yeah.
And I do try to make amends for that. And I do that by staying sober,
Yeah.
and
That's their gift
yes,
from you.
being my girls' mom and my son, being my kids' mom, being my sister's sister, and just trying to do better than I did the day before.
Yeah.
Every evening is a part of my kind of self-care. I do try to look back on my day and see what happened,
Yeah.
see if I created a problem, see how I reacted to
Yeah.
things that came up, and then make a plan how it can be different tomorrow. I'm a firm believer that we should never go to bed upset.
Yep. 100%.
So I have to work that out. I do a lot of self-care type things. Like right now, I'm painting. When we lost Shane, I kind of, my mind kind of in a crisis and all over the place. So I've been painting a little bit. Not that I'm great at it, but it gives me something to do.
Yeah.
To kind of keep my mind occupied.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing too, is you have to find something to replace the thing that you're wanting to let go.
Yeah.
And you have to want it more than the thing you're holding on to.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of what I did with my sobriety. I wanted it more than the life that I had been living, because that wasn't really a life and I wasn't really living. I had absolutely no kind of hope.
Yeah.
But luckily I came in contact with people that started giving me just a little bit of hope and giving me a chance. Yes.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, if you ever see somebody struggling, all they are wanting is, just like she said, give them a chance. And by giving them a chance, gives them a sign of hope. Like, okay, well, there's a little bit of light gleaming. Maybe how big can this light shine? And if you do see somebody on the struggle bus, whatever the case may be, who can they reach out to?
They can reach out to us. We will definitely try to get them to where they need to be.
Yeah, set them up on a path.
Yes. There's also the Tennessee Red Line, and you can call it. They have tons of information about treatment facilities and stuff. 988 is always the crisis line, is the best place to go if you're just in a really bad place. Yeah. And I'm sure that there's other numbers. Those are just the ones.
Quick ones.
Yeah.
988.
988. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. In the 10 red line.
10 red line. Okay.
Yes. So they do addiction services. Um, and I would say that I know, as a person who's lived with this, been in this life, that families get tired.
Mhm.
You know, they try to help. They see people staying kind of stuck in those same patterns and behaviors. I would say don't give up.
Yeah. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
I've
And-
seen several family member friends of mine that go through that, and
Yeah.
with their mom or a relative that's probably in their 50s or above. And
Yeah.
it's just like, and I'll say it because this is what everybody thinks. Well, you're an adult, you should know better.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just don't know what they're fighting for. And then at the end of the day, if they're not telling you those particular demons that they're fighting or the issues going on, then as a family member, all you can tell them is how much you love them and care about them.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and that's the best you can do.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, we also need to remember that substance use disorder is an actual disease.
Yeah.
So you can go to a restaurant and drink a beer and go home and go
Right.
on with your life.
Right.
But if I go to a restaurant and drink a beer, I'm going to have 10 more
Right.
behind that.
I understand.
And then tomorrow I'm going to need 10, 11, 12 more,
Correct.
until it's a problem. The same thing with using, I might take one pill one time and it be okay.
Yeah.
But the next time it could set off a whole
other thing.
a whole thing.
I get it.
Because my brain is just wired just a little bit different.
And like I said, I'm an addict of chocolate.
Yeah.
I know this is not the same thing, but it kind of, you got to think about if there's a food or a food item that you might want, or I love Coca-Colas.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I refuse to buy canned drinks and chocolate and chips and certain things to go in my house. Cause if it's there, guess what I'm going to eat?
Yep.
It's the same concept, a lot more safer to a point, but that's how I can compare it to. Cause I think everybody has a substance abuse issue. It's just with something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it's pills, alcohol, chocolate, Coca-Cola, shopaholic, like they see a sale, they cannot take, keep spending money. They think it's a thing. Like there's different types of addictions that people deal with on a daily basis. But, the worst one I think is drug overdosing, because that leads to, unfortunately, 9 times out of 10 death.
Yes.
And that's where, if you educate your kids, if you can educate.
Yes.
That is where the more, I always say this, my phrase is, the more you know, the better we are.
Absolutely.
And, and it can stop things.
And having those hard conversations, those uncomfortable conversations with people, and learning to understand that harm reduction is not a free pass to go use.
Right.
When I say harm reduction, like the Narcan and the fentanyl testing strips, that's not here.
Yep.
I'm giving you permission to go use.
Yep.
It's here. I'm afraid you're going to die, and I would rather you have this in your pocket.
Yeah, in case of. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
in case of.
This is like a last minute emergency. But with that said, anything else you want to say before you go?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So thank you for having me.
Anytime. And I'll make sure to get this, all this information in our community calendar, and I'll talk about it until the time of the event. And anything else I can do, just let me know.
All right. Thank you.
And I'll
so
keep
much.
this stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
And don't forget, I did lock the door, Jeannie. So you just turn that knob and it let you right out. All right. Well, with that said, as she walks out the door, I do want to say, of course, if you remember her and 2 younger girls came out here last week, actually last Friday, and they're having a voter registration drive. Okay. And so again, that is going to be on August the 23rd. It's this week, and it's going to be at the Tennessee Mental Health Consumers Association. And that's going to be located at 1031 Sparta Street here in McMinnville from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's your vote makes all the difference in the world, and they are calling it Your Voice, Your Choice. And so we'll make sure to put that as well in our community newsletter as well on top of that. So again, that was Jenny telling her story, and of course, the most recent story of her nephew, Jason Shane Armstrong Jr. And like I said, we'll talk more about his upcoming the benefit auction for him and his family to help with funeral expenses. It's just so sad to hear somebody this young pass away, and they always have their life ahead of them. They just don't know it. With that said, several things are going on this week as I just left my other paper. So please bear with me as we're going through this. I do know, let me go back as far as the weather is. Right now, we are at 70 degrees. And of course, our weather is being brought to you by Reddick Brown Ford. Shout out to them. Right now, they do have several actual specials going on. If you go to their website, and when you hit those three tabs or the three lines in the right hand corner, and it scrolls down, go to the service specials, and it's going to have like a slew of stuff, everything from diesel stuff to a wash and vac, which we did showcase in our newsletter this week, and as well as what was the other one? There's a third one I just thought in my head and now I lost it. But just check that out. It's really neat what they got going on. But right now it is 70 degrees. So they said in certain areas here in the Warren County, McMinnville area, there is light rain in certain areas until 10:46 this morning. The high is it's going to be raining on and off until 12 o'clock. The high today is going to be 80 degrees, and it looks like the low is going to be 59 degrees. But as you can kind of tell, it's been, and as it just updated, 81 the high, 65 the low. But it's going to be partly cloudy, so it's going to be mostly like this all day long. And but it's going to really feel actually like 71 degrees. I think that's why I'm a little chilly this morning myself. But for the rest of the week, Tuesday is going to be sunny, high of 80, low of 59. Wednesday is going to be sunny with a high of 81, low of 53. Thursday, we're going to have some more light rain showers, high of 86, low of 54. Friday, sunny with a chance of rain, 89 the high, 65 the low. Saturday, partly cloudy, and then in the high is going to be 91 degrees, and it's going to be low 64 degrees. But right now, there is some light rain is going to be starting here soon in certain areas. I just got the alert where I'm standing. It says that light rain showers may potentially start here in the next hour and 40 minutes. So, like I said, just be wary, be watchful. This is kind of what I'm going to show you, what I have on my radar as it's going. You can see it. Trying to fix it where it's not so bright. But all this rain is coming our way. So just be careful. And I am watching it because it does look like potentially throughout the day it could get just a little bit worse. Now, if you are not a part of our text club and you want to be a part of that text club, text the number 81010 to at Warren 931. And that will get you set up on our text club as well as many other things. And then, of course, right here at the bottom, you can see it. You can stay connected with us through Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and Audible. There, followed that by sending the text message to that number and then at Warren 931. We also do the local voices coming out tomorrow. It's got more fun stories going on from the weekend. I got to get one more informational thing from somebody right quick that I think they forgot about me, which is okay. It happens. But I will text her today and get the rest of the information because I want to make sure I get it right. But you can actually get a digital copy sent to you on daily. I usually send them on Mondays and Tuesdays. And you just text the keyword local voice and type the number 931-305-0869. And then don't forget when you send, if you want to be a part of the Local Voice newsletter group, you can also shoot me your email because that is also how you get it. So once I know that you want the Local Voice and you text that number, make sure you also send me your email on top of that as well. Continuing on, we had such a great and busy weekend. I just, it was a lot. everything from cornhole tournaments to baseball practices. Weather this weekend was phenomenal, and I would not take that back for nothing. But with that said, the Warren County Middle School sports is underway for when it comes to the soccer team and volleyball and football and more. And thank you to whoever made this. This makes me happy. So this is dates from now to the 23rd. So today, with weather permitting, JV football versus the Coffee County at 6. Girls soccer is going to be at Tullahoma at 5:30, and the volleyball team will be at Tullahoma at 5. Tuesday football at Coffee County 6:30. Volleyball at White County 5 o'clock. 6th grade girls basketball tryouts are also tomorrow from 3 to 4:30, and the 6th grade boys basketball tryouts are going to be 5:30 to 7 tomorrow. Friday day football game. It's a day football game versus DeKalb County at 12 o'clock. So again, if you see why at the middle school they're going to be busy, it's because they got a day game at 12, and it's going to be here. Volleyball game versus Harris at 6, and girls soccer will be at Coffee County. I will also post and share this as well on our page, so you can check that out and keep up to date. Let's see. The fall schedule announcement. If you have not seen, the Park Theater is throwing out all these dates. Coming to the Park Theater in the fall, be looking for the Porch Jackers. And then also August, that's going to be November the 22nd at 7 p.m. Tickets are on sale soon. But we will get more details on the fall schedule announcement for all the dates, so y'all can stay ahead. Let's see here. Smooth Rapids said, thank you. We are honored to be voted best of the best restaurant in Warren County 2024. So kudos to them. Let's see. We are closed. Okay, this is from the detention at the elementary, just in case if you were not aware of this. And a lot of people think, because again, this is not summer hours anymore. We're getting back to school stuff. We are closed every Monday through Wednesday and opened every Thursday through Sunday. We do have someone in the office every Tuesday and Wednesday available to answer any questions you may have, to schedule events and parties and more from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Thank you for supporting our local family-owned business. So again, like on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, the detention is closed, but on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, there's always someone in the office that can answer any questions for you guys. Underdogs fighting the odds. I'm going to share this. It's a lot of information, but they're doing a Underdogs and Powerhouse Training presents basketball speed and agility. That is going to be on, let's see, starting August the 31st. And this is from pre-K to 5th grade. And that's 8 a.m. to 9:30 for them. And then 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. is 6th grade through 8th grade. So, and then 12:30 to 2:20 is 9th grade through 12th grade. And you can pay by Venmo. It's registration is $50 per kid. And that is on August the 31st. Let's see. Registration is now open for Fall Pickleball League. There are singles, doubles, and mixed double leagues this fall with an A and B division for each league. To register, visit at the Milner Recreation Center and get ready for your fall full of pickleball. Season dates, August the 26th to October the 14th. Games are on Saturday mornings and Monday nights at the Milner Recreation Center. Registration fee is $40 per player, plus a $20 additional league. Registration dates are August the 15th through August the 22nd. So they are going on. The last day to sign up for this pickleball stuff is August the 22nd, which is this week. So make sure you get on that. Let's see, share, because I'll put that in there too as extra. Bobcat of McMinnville, 2 days ago, they posted a shout out. They are ever so growing, it seems like. They're excited to announce their new territory sales manager for Bobcat of McMinnville, Gavin Clark. Gavin has been in the industry with Bobcat for 4 years. With him, he brings hard work, knowledge to provide you the best customer service experience. You can reach Gavin at 931-414-0034 for any of your compact equipment needs. How nice is that? And he's got a little picture of his kids and his wifey. All sports season passes for Warren County students. Your GoFan Mobile Pass will get you into any regular season athletic event at the Warren County High School all year round. The pass link can be found in your Warren County student email. If you have a kid that goes to the Warren County High School and and they like going to those games, instead of giving them money every game night like my mom used to do, they have a season's pass now. Student season passes are only $40, and that is for Warren County High School students only. GoFan Mobile Pass will get you to any regular season sporting event. That is for all sporting events: baseball, softball, basketball, wrestling. $40. That is a win. Get on it. And again, you need to be a Warren County High School student to receive that. Let's see. Just a reminder, Gondola will be back open on its regular hours tomorrow, as I know they're getting back from their vacation. So again, tomorrow, Gondola will be opening back to its regular hours. Let's see here. Cute. College Colors Day is just around the corner. We can't wait to see everyone in their college colors on Friday, August the 30th. Be sure to wear your favorite college shirt / the colors of your college you plan to attend after high school. And again, that's going to be on Friday, August the 30th. So remember, shout out to all parents on that. Let's see here. If you have a need or would like to make a donation to My Father's Closet, they will be open on the 22nd and the 29th of this month from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Additionally, we will be open on the 30th from 12 to 3. No, I'm going to share that too. So August Lowe's just posted yesterday. New to the August Lowe's team, Isaiah Evans on the acoustic guitar, backup vocals, and backup percussion when needed. Y'all welcome Isaiah to August Lowe. Kudos. The News Channel 4 posted this in Nashville because calling all chicken lovers. Purdue is recalling frozen chicken nuggets tenders sold nationwide. Details are in the comments. So again, I will be sharing that today in a text message with everybody. Hickory Creek Elementary girls basketball tryouts for the 2024 season will be held Wednesday, August the 28th and Thursday, August the 29th. Tryouts are open to 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders. Again, this is Hickory Creek Elementary. I will be having an open gym on Tuesday, August the 27th for anyone interested in trying out for basketball. Tryouts and open gym will be held at the Hickory Creek Gym after school until 5 p.m. Students will remain in their homeroom and go to the bus room at 2:55. A permission slip must be turned in to come to open gym as well as our tryouts. The tryout season session will end promptly at 5 p.m. Trying out does not guarantee a spot on the team. Once the teams are posted, there will be no more tryouts. Let's see. The Butcher on Main. Thank you to our partnerage. This is from the Charcoal Cowboys Barbecue. We have replenished the inventory. So if you were there over the weekend, which Every time I went by there, they were jam-packed full in there at the Butcher on Main. But they have the Charcoal Cowboys barbecue has looks like they've been restocked those shelves. So make sure you check that out. A new shipment of Stanleys are available at the Hitch Outfitters. Make sure you check that out and more. Let's see. Young Men United, as they hosted their cornhole tournament, third annual cornhole tournament, and the lower class winners. And I got to make sure I don't need to forget to get that as well. To get those winners' names. They posted pictures, but not their names, which is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. If you have not checked out Tops Frozen Yogurt and their Metro Deli's new sliders, please do so. They are yummy. I've tried all of them. It's a great time. And don't forget, registration is happening for the Fairest of the Fair. If you have not registered, you better get on it. And if you have any questions, contact the fair for more details or follow them because that's where all the information is as well too. It's also in our newsletter this week. Let's see. When was that? Every Friday, Somewhere Liquors is doing a free tasting at the store. Each Friday, we will be sampling different liquors. This week, if you missed it, last week, this past Friday, they sampled a bourbon and whiskey. So come out every Friday, 4 to 6 for a little sample. Let's see. For making her son. Let's see. So a free event is happening at the Warren County A&L Fair. Join them on Sunday, September the 8th at 3 p.m. It's called the David R. Bobby Ray Memorial Workout. And again, this looks like it might be hosted by, it is hosted by Highland Rim CrossFit, Lindsay and them. Complete as many rounds as possible in 19 minutes and 45 seconds. It's a 2 dumbbell snatches, 11 kettlebell swings, 1 double dumbbell thrusters, 24 kettlebell squats, and a 200-meter run. For more information, or if you're interested in it, you can actually scan the QR code to sign up or email Highland Rim CrossFit at highlandrimcf@gmail.com with questions. So again, this is going to be during the fair time on Sunday, but I'll make sure to put that in there as well. And I'm also going to share it. Let's see. And it has already been a long and lengthy day. And don't forget, all week long, it's going to be, if you missed it yesterday at the gathering, the community gathering, they had live animals there yesterday. It was really neat. They had a petting zoo and everything at Mount Leo Church of Christ. But all week long, they're going to be doing their VBS. So make sure you go and check that out because I want to make sure to get you the right details because she did text me on that. Right here. Yeah. The Miracles of Christ, VBS, August the 24th. Registration, 8:30 to 9. And then from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., lunch provided. Classes for all ages, feeding the 500 and raising Lazarus. Adult panel discussion. But it's located at Mount Leo Church of Christ, which is at 206 Mount Leo Street in McMinnville. You can't miss it. But yesterday at the gathering, there was a ton of people out there. The petting zoo was awesome. It was just a great time. But with that said, it is my time to get out here. That is your community calendar of events as well. That is going on, of course, courtesy of my boy, Chris Chalfant and his boys at Reddick Brown Ford. I couldn't do the show without all my many sponsors. Again, if you want to stay in the know, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon, and Audible, all new. And yes, we got Spotify worked out. I had to go through customer service, but it's all working now. And so with that said, take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. And if you have any questions of all the events that I have been talking about and more, please feel free and call me or text me at 931-3050-869. That is my number. But other than that, y'all have a blessful day, and I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Bye. See you later.